Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Karnataka sir. Good evening, sir.
Good
Moses
evening,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Sir, good evening, Moses, sir. Valli Madam Garu,
All of
Nagala
you,
Madam Garu.
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you all and a hearty welcome to you. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all for this international virtual faculty development program conducted by World English Language Learners, Teachers and Trainers Association. Shortly we call it Volta Forum. And thank you for everybody joining us. And again, especially today's presenter, Professor Moses sir, and again the other presenter. Were, it's indeed our proud privilege to have people. Oh,
Good evening, sir.
thank you, ma'am, for joining us. And I would like this opportunity to take Dr. Shalika Banu, ma'am, Associate Professor of English, who was graciously selected to be the second presenter of the day. I welcome both Professor Moses sir as well as Shalika Banu madam for this interesting faculty development program. Today, I would like to request, before the presentation starts, I would like to request Dr. Nayakala madam of Dammam University, Saudi Arabia, to do the felicitation for this faculty development program. This is our 177th, yeah, 176th faculty development program, and hearty welcome to all of you. And especially, I would like to today introduce our President Madam to this forum. Dr. Alkala Madam is a seasoned language teacher as well as trainer for excellence, and Madam can speak on any topic at any time. That kind of a strong. Strong, no, that is that kind of. Madam has got a wonderful experience as well as very strong personality, I should say, in terms of knowledge acquisition and again disseminating knowledge. And she is very much dedicated for this language in the field of language teaching and language acquisition. And again, Madam has taught both in abroad as well as in India and various universities, and especially Madam was known for her interesting personality. She has widely published both Scopus and non-Scopus journals, and Madam is known for her real scholarship. And again, she is such an amazing, down-to-earth human being. We are so very so fortunate to be with you, ma'am, under your guideship, and again, let's say your leadership. And again, we are um, we are happy to present Dr. Nagakala Madam to this Velta Forum. Over to you, ma'am, for this felicitation. Thank you all.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. And over to you, ma'am. Yeah.
Actually, I'm traveling and I'm in a train,
Oh, right,
so I
right. Then
can't
I
make
will
it.
ask Professor Moses to do the
No,
presentation.
no,
He will.
no worries. I can
Sorry,
just try
ma'am.
to give a little hint on the topics. No,
Oh,
no,
right.
no, no. I just wanted to check whether I'm audible or no.
You are very much audible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mm, good, good. Thank you. And good evening to all of you who are present in the virtual dais. And it's a pleasant evening to meet you all like this. And yet another day, which we really have an insightful session because the topics of the day is very, very interesting. Actually, the first topic is about child psychology and mental health, where in Karnataka Kuvempu University, Dr. Ashok Pai started this first course of masters, diploma and masters, child mental health and child mental health, child psychology. Like this, he divided counseling and all those. And that time it was like very interesting. We did a course there. So to for a teacher to teach or on like whatever the topic is, whatever the subject is, whether it's English or maths or science or social studies, whatever, the only the topic, only the subject, if you know, it's not enough. You should know what is the child's mentality, the child's level, and how to identify the psychological problems for the child, and all that is very important. Um, to take a quote, actually, children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. This is a very important quote. Even if they don't listen, they know what the elders are doing and they try to imitate. That is why we say, whatever we want to tell our children, we should follow that, or we should do that, and we should be a model for them, so that they will be able to understand and imitate us. And probably may not, they may not understand immediately. They will start imitating and then they will realize the understanding. So anyway, child psychology is a very interesting topic and it's a very vast one. Child psychology is nothing but the study of conscious, subconscious, and conscious childhood development. So generally they observe what is the child's interactions and how it is interacting, and with the parents, with themselves, and with the peers. And that's how we are trying to talk about the mental development and mental health, like. So I think we would like to welcome Dr. Moses Jai Kumar, who is going to present us about this topic, and he is going to give us an insightful session about this. And we are eagerly waiting for you, sir, and we welcome you for this session. The second presenter is Dr. Shalika Banu, who is going to present us about feministic aspects, from the point of Sylvia Plath. Actually, this it advocates social, political, economical, and intellectual equality for women and men. But when we talk about feminism, what does it define? It defines a political perspective. It a distinct from the other gender or anything else. So feminism means very different things to different people. it's not the same. Maybe they call it in different terms. So there are many different definitions and all that. I'm not going to talk about the definition and all, but I'm going to just say Sylvia Plath is one of those writers who have taken up this womanhood in every field of life, and she wants to write in her poetry, and uh, that is why she considers women as equal to man, and she has raised voice against male dominance and all that. So let us listen to the second speaker also after the first one, and we welcome you both for this day's sessions. And thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity to say a few words. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, and welcome. Valli ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we can ask Dr. Moses Jaikumar to start his presentation. Probably Sharavanan is.
Yeah, ma'am. Tara's muted, ma'am. One
Thank you,
second.
ma'am. Thank you, Nagakala, ma'am. And I would like to request Professor Moses sir to begin this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Hearty congratulations and good luck to you, sir. Over to you, sir. Before Sir presents, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce him. Professor Moses Jaikumar sir is a senior assistant professor in the Department of English at the Savita Engineering, Savita School of Engineering at Savita University, Chennai. And he has got 20 plus years of experience to his credit. And again, he's an amazing human being. And again, he is known for his scholarship in teaching this language at these institutions, engineering institutions. Especially, he has got various experiences at various institutions. Very good experiences experience at various institutions. He is known for his real scholarship in the field of English language teaching. Sir has already done presentations to our Delta Forum, and it is our honor and proud privilege to extend a hearty welcome to you, sir, on this occasion. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion, and thank you for your big thanks for your valuable time and August presence, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, are you speaking? We cannot hear you, sir. Sorry.
Also, sir, you are muted, I believe. Kindly, check, sir, check the audio, please.
No, sir, not muted, but not audible.
Oh, maybe, hold the mic closer and speak, sir. Yes, sir. Could you please increase the volume in the mic so that we can hear you? Please try to adjust the mic, sir. And
Sir, I think you have to adjust the device, the volume in the device. Volume control in your laptop or in the phone.
yes, sir. Please check, sir. Otherwise, better you remove the headset and speak, sir. You can manage that way better.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Now better, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And good evening, one and all present here. This is Moses Jayakumar. I'm working as a senior professor, assistant professor, Sri University Chennai. And I was thanks to Dr. Saranan sir. This is my third presentation in Delta forum. And when I was thinking over the topic, what to share with you people, in my mind, this topic, the child development, child psychology, and the mental health. I guess it's a very, very important topic nowadays in this scenario, in this present trend. So it's a very, very valuable topic. So I'm having concern on based on this thing I was going with this particular topic, child psychology and mental health. So now I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation, because child psychology and the mental health is so important. We should, as a parent, as a teacher, it's hard to find out the position, the development of our children, where they are standing, what they are doing, what is their level of understanding, what is their behavior. See, for all these things, no, we have to have our concern, our eyes, okay, on everyone. It may be in the school, it may be in the college, or it may be at home. So based on this scenario, the information, or rather, I just want to talk about the child psychology and mental health. This topic will be very suitable. Because of that, I chosen this particular topic. I just want to share this with you. I have a lot of content in my PowerPoint presentation, because my research is also ELT. Based on this, I just want to share all this information to you. So, with your permission, I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen? Is it display? The display is okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let me start with the introduction. Child psychology is the study of subconscious and conscious childhood development. Child psychologists observe how a child interacts with their parents, themselves, and mental development. Anxiety, attention, conduct, and depressive disorders are the most common types of childhood disorders. Some children may have more than one disorder. These conditions have a negative impact on children's development and functioning in the home, school, and community. So, as I'm giving introduction, the child psychology and conscious childhood development. Consciously, subconsciously, the development of child should grow. Anxiety, attention, conduct, and depressive disorders are the most common types of childhood disorders. See, every child will have anxiety, attention, conduct, and depressive disorders. These are the most common types of childhood disorders. These are the disorders that are available on every child that we have to find out. Some children children may have more than one disease, or some may have many. This condition should be checked by the elders. These conditions have a negative impact on children's development and functioning in the home, school, and community. This kind of disorders will give a lot of impact, negative impact on child's development, functioning style, whether even it is whether it is in whether he is in home or school in the community, it will create a major negative impact. Historically, children were often viewed simply as smaller versions of adults. When Jean Piaget suggested that children actually think differently than adults, Albert Einstein proclaimed that the discovery was so simple that only a genius could have thought of it. Today, psychologists recognize that child psychology is unique and complex, but many differ in terms of the unique perspective they take when approaching development. See, children, according to children actually think differently than adults. Child's mentality, they will think differently in every aspect. Okay, the child psychologist also recognizing that child psychology is unique and complex. It's very complex to understand. It's very different. But many differ in terms of the unique perspective they take when approaching development. Major contexts in child psychology. There are three different major contexts in the area of child development. Number one, the culture a child lives in contributes a set of values, customs, shared assumptions, and ways of living that influence development throughout the lifespan. Culture may play a role in how children relate to their parents, the type of education they receive, and the type of childcare that is provided. See, culture is playing a major role in every child's life. Based on the culture, children will learn the values, the customs. It will influence on every child for their own development. Culture may play a role in how children relate to their parents, the type of education they receive, and the type of child care that is provided. See, the culture is so important one. Through the culture, children will learn everything. They'll be a very good children to their parents. Social context, relationships with peers and adults on how children think, learn, and develop. Families, schools, and peer groups all make up an important part of the social context. See, social context is so important. Relationships with peers and adults have an effect on how children think, learn, and develop. See, how the children will be getting their the contact with peers. They will mixing with others in the schools. And they will be adults and have an effect on how children think, learn, and develop. Thinking, learning, and development when they move, when they join with the peers, other students in the school, only starts. So relationships are playing a major role to make your child to think on his own or on her own. They will learn things by joining with their peer groups. Their development will happen. Every point of every child will happen by joining with their peer groups. Families, schools, and peer groups all make up an important part of the social context. Our families, children allow them to talk to their family members, schools, and peer groups. These things will play a major role in the development of the child. Socio-economic context. Social class can also play a major role in child's development. Socio-economic status is based upon a number of different factors: how much money they earn, the job they hold, and where they live. See, the movement, the development of a child is based upon the education level. How much money they earn, the job they hold, where they live. See, the parents, it is based on the parents' education. their wellness. So based on that, the social economic status. Why child psychology is important? It's a major question. Why child psychology is important? Everyone wants their child to have healthy development, but it's not always clear if a child's behavior is a symptom of normal stage in development or a sign of an abnormality. We are expecting our child should grow up well. His behavior should be very good. His development should be good. Normal in all his actions. We are observing every child, right? In our own family, we are keeping our eyes over the child. In schools also, we are taking care of everyone. In higher education, we are keeping an eye on everyone because their growth is very important one. They should come. They have to come with good come as a good people, future citizens. Good, okay, and also the behavior, the development should be very good and normal. Understanding the normal and abnormal psychological patterns of the child can help parents understand how to best communicate and connect with the child. Teach the child coping mechanisms for managing emotions and help the child progress and thrive in each new developmental stage. See, as a parent, as a teacher, it's our responsibility. We have to understand the normal and abnormal behavior of a child. We have to talk to the children how to best communicate and connect with the child. Teach the child coping mechanisms for managing emotions. We should talk to the children, whether at home or school or college, anywhere. We have to talk to them. We have to understand them. See, nowadays, present scenario, present stage, every child has its own their own problems. Some children, some people are not concentrating. Some people are not learning disabilities are there, nutrition, not concentrating, and their writing skills, they are not having enough writing skills, they're not they're not mingling with others, they're not speaking well. These are the things, lot of problems on every child. So, as a teacher, okay, as a parent, we have to understand our children. We have to talk to them. We have to find out. We have to find out their normal growth. There is any difficulties. There is any abnormal. We have to talk to them. We have to communicate to them. We have to teach the mechanism for managing emotions in this teenage situation. Children will be getting emotionally. They will be disturbed because of the biological changes. We should talk to them. As a parent, you should talk to them at home. As a teacher, you should talk to them in the organization, higher education or school education, immaterial. You talk to them and how to manage these emotional situations. You teach the techniques. Child progress to try each new developmental stage because teachers, their development is so important. Child is developing every minute, every second, every day, every hour. Children developing. So we have to be very careful in their developmental stage. We have to teach them. We have to help them. We have to take care of them. We have to make them to. We should make them to understand the reality. We have to make them to understand. We have to how to manage this kind of emotional things, this kind of biological changes, this kind of problems. Physical development. Physical development in children is typically a predictable sequence of events. Physical development refers to the advancements and refinements of motor skills, or in other words, children's ability to use and control their bodies. It relates to the growth and skill development of the body, including the brain, muscles, and senses. Physical development. And the physical development also very, very important one. Their muscles, their brain, their senses, growth of their skill development. We have to concentrate in everything. Then only children can able to do all their works. Their motor skills are very, very important one. We have to help children to develop their motor skills. Cognitive development. Cognitive development means how children think, explore, and figure things out. Explore things. How to define things. It is the development of knowledge, skills, problem solving, dispositions which help children to think about and understand the world around them. Brain development is part of cognitive development. Nowadays, 21st century skills are playing a major role. See, in our college, when I was a principal, I conducted the seminar and for workshop on 21st century skills. Nowadays, teachers, treatment of children, children, right, with this 21st century skills are so important. Developing thinking skills, problem solving skills, and they have to get all so many social skills, so many things. This 21st century skills helping children to come a good citizen to the world. So, children, teachers, we have to develop this kind of cognitive skills, 21st century skills, to make children explore their things and define it on their own, to do their things on their own, to solve things on their own, the critical thinking, everything, all these skills should be developed. Brain development is part of cognitive development. Important concepts. To better understand some of the things that happen during cognitive development, it is important first to examine a few of the important ideas and concepts used by Piaget. The following are some of the factors that schemas. Piaget defining schemas. What is schema? Schema describes both mental and physical actions involved in understanding and knowing things. To understand things, to know things, to make them to know, we need this two schemas. We need schema. Schema describes both the mental and physical actions. This mental and physical actions helping them in understanding and knowing things better. Schema that help us to interpret and understand the world. Interpreting and understanding, validating, playing a major role. Every child should have this skill. Then only they can survive. In Piaget's view, a schema includes both category of knowledge, the process of obtaining the knowledge. Schema playing a major role in the category of knowledge and the process of obtaining the knowledge. Social emotional development of a child. Social emotional development includes expression and management of emotions and the ability to establish positive and rewarding relationships with others. This kind of social emotional development includes the child's experience based on their experience, their movement, their expression, and the management of emotions, how they are managing their emotions, and the ability to establish positive thinking and rewarding relationships with others. These are all will come under social emotional development, interpersonal processes. This interpersonal skill should be developed. Experiences with family members and teachers provide an opportunity for young children to learn about social relationships and emotions through exploration and predictable interactions. Experiences with family members and teachers provide an opportunity for young children to learn about social relationships, where they are learning the social relationships with the family members, with our teachers. They can express their emotions. They can predict their interactions, where they can do, whoever is close to them. Please understand, teachers, help your child, help every child to understand things, to have a very good life, to be happy, to understand the social emotional, how to have the social emotional development. We have to give a track to every child to development. child psychology is an important branch of family health. Child psychology is playing an important role. It's a branch of family health. It gives parents to resources to help the children advance to the stage of development and gives physicians a deeper look into the mental health and possible changes a child might face in regards to learning or social differences or developmental delays. See, this child psychology gives parents the resources to help the children and gives physicians. See, for parents, it is giving the advance children help their children advance through stages of development, helping the parent to develop their child and gives physicians a deeper look into mental health and possible challenges might child might face in regard to learning, social differences, and developmental delays. See, this kind of differences child may face because what are the difficulties child is facing, mental health, possible the social differences, all these things will have a child will face. So this kind of things will be taken care by the parent to help the children to come over, to take care of everything, to come out from all this. Environmental influences. Environmental influences are playing a major role. Environmental influences playing a major role on every child's development. As a parent, your automatic inclination is not unusual to worry about the behavior as they grow up. The teenage years can be difficult, especially with the push and pull of allowing teens some freedom, while also keeping a close watch to make sure they don't end up in the wrong crowd, making the wrong decisions. See, the environmental part area is playing a major role on everyone. Children will not stay in the teenage situation, in the teenage time duration, they will not stay at home. They will not be seated in one place continuously, even for 10 minutes. They will not, some children, they will not talk to their parents. Some children, they will not talk to the siblings. They want to be always out with their peer groups. So this kind of problems, environmental situation, playing a major role on every child's stage. So this kind of situation should be taken care. We should take a really to settle. We have to make every child to settle properly, to have a very peaceful life in the teenage situation. Economic circumstances. Although risky behavior can come about regardless of socioeconomic status, it's important to reflect on the heightened risk poverty carries. A family's income can play a huge role in the basic care that child receives. The economic status, economic situation of a family is also playing a major role of a child's development. Whoever is good in the economic status, their children will be treated differently. Whoever is below in their economic status, their development, the child growth in their family, the child will be grow definitely, but their growth is also different. So really, the economic status of a family playing a major role in the growth of every child. It should not create any negative impact. That should be taken care. Poverty are also at a greater risk for behavioral problems and are exposed at a greater rate to community violence and illegal activities. See, as I told you already, the economic status playing a major role on every family, child's growth. If a family is facing a problem in the poverty line, this kind of poverty will play a major role, will play a negative impact on, will create negative impact on child behavior. Having they will create violence and they will involve in illegal activities. It will take child to that particular levels. We should take care of every child, my dear teachers, my dear parents. It's also true that punishing experiences such as economic stress intensify negative effects like depression, anger, aggression. Some people will be getting depression, anger, aggression, stress. All these things will be, all these things are possible because of this, the economic state can put a strain on family units and push teens to engage in risky factors, risky behaviors. So we have to have a concern on this particular situation. We have to manage. We have to manage as a parent, as a teacher. I'm speaking. We have to take care of the family. We have to take care of children. Children's life is so important. Every child is a child. They are very important to us. Their life is so important. We have to our responsibility. We have to create. We have to make a very beautiful life to them. We have to give a very beautiful path to develop in their life. Schooling, the type of school environment your child is in absolutely plays a role in their future behavior. School is playing a major role on every child's future behavior, because they will learn everything in the school. School is the normally the first time kids other peers. How to communicate and how to interact with other peers, it is starting from the school, as I told you already. This is the time when teens begin to select peer groups of their choice and often adopt the behaviors or traits their friends have. They'll be choosing their own friends group. Popularity and pleasing peers becomes an important part of adolescence. Children during this adolescent situation, they want to be they want to be express themselves express themselves. Everyone should know. See, they want to be very popular, very popular. So whatever they can do, they will do all the steps to make them popular among peer groups. So we have to understand. So we have to understand them, and we have to take care of every child during this adolescent stage. That is very, very important one. It should create a positive impact on every child. The schooling is very, very, very important. It's playing a major role on every child's life. As a teachers, it's our responsibility to take care of the students, and we have to encourage children. We have to teach them. We have to tell the mechanism and how to take care of themselves and how to control emotions, how to make their life beautiful. Responsibility. We have to teach them really and make them to understand. According to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, the most dominant teenagers seem to be the most influential, especially in regard to high-risk behaviors. Teenagers, according to the National NCBI, National Center for Biotechnology Information, the dominant teenagers seem to be the most influential, especially in regard to high-risk behaviors. Teachers, please understand, we have to wish. The teenagers should not take a different path, wrong path. They should not go differently. It will spoil their life. Different stages of life and growing up, like puberty, school transitions, and changes in friendships can affect how strong peer influence is. Different stages of life and growing up, like puberty, school transitions, and changes in friendships can affect how strong peer influence is. Poor family relationships and affiliate with deviant peers and take a negative behaviors. Poor family relationships will create a negative impact in the behavior of every child. Family and parent relationships. Family heavily influences teen behavior and often shapes the environment adolescents grow up in. Teachers, peer parents, family life, family is influencing more in the teenage behaviors. As NCBI research shows that kids are less likely to participate in risky behaviors if they are raised in homes where parents are warm, loving, involved, and supportive of their independence and opinions, but also monitor their children's activities. Dear parents, it's our responsibility to take care of our responsibility as a teacher. We have to take care of every child in the school, in the college, in our colleges, because their life is so important. Teachers are giving life to every child. That is why teaching profession is a noble profession. Family and parent relationships. Parents should be very friendly. Talk to them and love them. Support them. As at the same time, to keep our eye on every child and their activities. Parental involvement is particularly important when it comes to alcohol and drug abuse. When the parents should involve, when they should do their work, when they should be very, very careful and involved much when child is going in different direction, taking alcohol and drug abuse. Parent involvement is needed only in that particular situation. In all other areas, we have to keep on for them and watch. At the same time, we should be very friendly. We should take care of them. We should support them. We should be a moral support. The child should have that confidence. My dad is there. My mother, my mom is there. They will take care of me. That kind of relationship should be created. In many families, the child is not getting. I'm very sad to share this with you, my dear teachers. Please understand. In many families, children are not getting a proper love from the parent family situation because of the family situation because of the family situation, parents are not in a position to take care of their children. It is not allowing them. It is not allowing them. Though they are loving their own children, but not providing. They are not in a position to be with them. Emotionally, they are not in a position to be with them and take care of them. As a result, it is very important for parents to be mindful about the behavior. Parents should be a role model for every child. This thing should happen. My dear teachers, my dear parents, please understand this. Society and community. The communities in which we live make up a significant portion of our environment. The communities in which we live make up a significant portion of our environment. Peer and social interactions don't exclusively take place at school, but they also take place in neighborhoods. These are places where kids have economic status, housing quality, the availability of these resources are the structural components that make a neighborhood. Neighborhood playing a major role. The community, surrounding area, the community people, the neighborhood playing a major role in child's development. Living in a disadvantaged neighborhood may be associated with poor outcomes for adolescents, including delinquency and violence, substance use, lower academic achievement, and mental health issues. The hood will create all these things. It will be creating a negative impact on child's development. This is why families need to learn to manage stress to build a network of social support. Families should create a very nice social support network to manage stress, regardless of the type of community they live in. Media and technology. In today's world, everyone has a skill at all times. It's beneficial to understand the role media and technology play in the lives of teens and the influence that we have teenage behavior. See, present situation, media and technology playing a major role and creating a very impact, a great impact on every child and the behaviors. According to NCBI, on average, 8 to 18-year-olds use media actively for 6 hours and 21 minutes. First old children using the media actively for 6 hours and 21 minutes continuously, often using multiple forms of media at the same time. Social isolation because of excessive social networking, cyberbullying, and sexting are all risky behaviors that teens who use technology are at risk of engaging in. Nowadays, social media is creating a lot of impact. The children are about to addict in that social media because of this learning. They are reduced. Learning abilities are reduced. They're not in a position to concentrate on their academics. They are not responding when parents are calling. They're not responding. They're not worrying about things what is happening in the at home. And finally, parents. When I was a principal, I got one parent came to me and told, "Sir, this fellow is playing PUBG almost 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and he's not even sleeping, sir." I was a residential vice principal. We won't allow this mobile phones in the hostels. But when he's going, when getting an outpass and going to home, he's playing like that. I called him and I spoke to him and I told him the disadvantages. He was a 12-year boy, and I spoke to him and I made him to understand the disadvantages when he was continuously playing. If he's playing continuously the PUBG and not sleeping enough, sleep he's not getting, all that. And he was about to write the board examination also at that time. So he understood everything. He understood everything and he changed his mindset. Thank God he passed at his 12th standard and now he's doing law in a higher education. So now the parents also feel happy and feeling happy about it. So we have to help the children to come out from this social media impact. Limiting televisions and screen time can reduce the likelihood of your teen engaging in such risky factors. Seeing television, limiting television. See, they can watch TV, they can watch, but some extent. Some children, they are seated continuously for 1 hour, 2 hours in television, in front of the mobile, in front of the laptop, computer. We have to monitor teachers, we have to monitor parents, what the children, what our child is doing. We have to monitor what they are doing exactly. Should we allow children to continuously sit in front of the television and watch mobile phones and laptops instead of study? See, that is their own time to study. They cannot sacrifice that study time to watch television and to engage with mobile phones all that. We have to teach them. We have to teach them. We have to change them. We have to change their behavior. We have to stop all these things because the social media nowadays playing a major role, creating a very, very negative impact on every child. Please teachers should understand. Please parents understand. It's our responsibility to take care of our own children. It's responsibility as a teacher. We have to teach this kind of talk about this kind of social media impact to every children, every child. Try to change their behavior. Social isolation because of excessive social networking, cyberbullying and sexting, all risky behaviors. Okay, so these things we finished. So, and mental health. Now come back to mental health. Mental health of a child. Everyone's mental health is equal to physical health. Mental health is equally important to physical health. How to take care of this mental health? That we are going to see in another few slides. 1 in 6 people are aged 10 to 19 years. Adolescence is a unique and formative development. Physical and emotional and social changes, including exposure to poverty, abuse, or violent to mental health problems. As I said already, physical and emotional and social changes, including exposure to poverty, abuse, or violence, can make a great impact on adolescents vulnerable to mental health problems. Protecting adolescents from diversity, promoting socio-emotional learning and psychological well-being, and ensuring access to mental health care and critical for mental and well-being during adolescent stage. We have to really take care of our children. Their emotional stage, we have to identify. We have to tell them. We have to make them to understand, so that their mental health will not be creating any different situations. Adolescents with mental health conditions are particularly vulnerable to social exclusion, discrimination, stigma, affecting educational difficulties, risk-taking behaviors, physical ill health, and human rights violations. These are the things will come under mental health. Adolescence is a crucial period for developing social and emotional habits important for mental well-being. It's a crucial period for a child's development. Social and emotional habits playing a major role. We have to take care of the social and emotional habits of the child. For the social and emotional habits of a child should be taken care so that child will grow without any difficulties. These include adopting healthy sleep patterns, exercising regularly. How can you manage this kind of mental health situation problems? How can you avoid? How can you overrule exercising regularly, developing coping problems, or learning to manage emotions? These are the techniques we have to teach to our children. Protective and supportive environments in the family. We have to, child should have, feel that protection. Child should have the support, feel that parents are with us. They will take care. They will support us. At school, in the wider community are important. Whether child is in the is at home or at school or in the college, they should feel that they are very protected. They are very supportive. The parents are very supportive. Teachers and the professors are very supportive, and they will be taking care of us. We should really give that kind of feel to the children. My dear teachers, thank God, because when I was as a principal, I'm a assistant professor in a college higher education. God help me to take my children. I will always organize children and take care. I will organize children. I will always organize them, and I will guide them. So I'm requesting everyone to please take care of our children and organize them, take care of them, and help them really. We should not be a typical teacher, my dear teachers. We should not be a typical. If you are a typical teacher, no child will come to you. If you are a typical teacher, no child will come to you. I'm telling very clearly. If you are a typical teacher, I will teach and go. I will give notes. That's it. My job is over. No child will come to you. You cannot change anyone's life. You cannot mold them. I'm telling very clearly, teachers. It's 100% true. We have to take care of every child. We have to organize them. You talk to them, child will come to you. You talk to them. You take care of, you understand them first. Every child will come to you. The present situation is so bad, my dear teachers. The present situation is so bad. Teachers should play a major role. I'm requesting teachers, our work is so important. Our work is so important. Some adolescents are at greater risk of mental health conditions due to their living conditions. Stigma, discrimination or exclusion, lack of access to quality support and services. Some adolescents are at greater risk of mental health conditions because of their living conditions. discrimination, lack of access to quality support and services. Children, we have to provide, as a parent, we have to provide good living conditions. We have to take care of children. Discrimination should not happen anywhere. Lack of access to quality support and services. We have to provide the quality education, quality support, and we have to take care of them in everything. Emotional disorders. Emotional disorders are common. Anxiety disorders are the most prevalent in this age group. Anxiety disorders, which may involve panic, excessive worry, are the most prevalent in this age group and are more common among older than among younger adolescents. It is estimated that 3.6% of 10 to 14 years old and 4.6% of 15 to 19-year-old experience an anxiety disorder. Depression is estimated to occur among 1.1% of adolescents and 2.8% of 15 to 19 years old. Depression and anxiety share some of the same symptoms, including rapid and unexpected changes in mood. Should teachers please request you see the statistical report. How children, how much 4.6 to 1.1, 2.8, even a single child is having this kind of anxiety disorder, depression. We should have a real concern. We should have a concern. Why children are going to that particular situation? Depression, depressed, having anxiety, disorderness. Why? We should really teach. We should really understand and help every child to come out from this. They are very helpless, very much helpless. Who can help? As a teacher, our role, we have to play a major role. We have to play a major role to take that kind of children, to come out from their problems. Teachers alone can do this. Teachers alone can do this. No one can do. That moral support, teachers alone can do. Teachers alone can light in their life. Anxiety and depressive disorder can profoundly affect school attendance and schoolwork. Anxiety and depressive disorders, children will not go to the school to take their academic duties. Their attendance will go down. The schoolwork, they are not in a position to concentrate in the schoolwork. Their life will go. The life will go down. Social withdrawal can exacerbate isolation and loneliness. Depression, isolation, coming out from the social peer group, the loneliness, depression can lead to suicide. Finally, teachers, because of their isolation, because of their loneliness, because of their depression, because of their anxiety disorder, finally a child is going to that extent of committing suicide. Teachers, please understand. As a parent, as a teacher, our role is so important. We have to give life to everyone. We should not allow children to go to that particular extent. We have to really understand the situation, and we have to talk to them. We have to make their life beautiful. Behavioral disorders are more common among younger adolescents than children. Eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa commonly emerging during adolescence and young adulthood. Eating disorders involve abnormal eating behaviors and preoccupation with food, abnormal eating behaviors. Pro-occupation with food accompanied in most instances by concerns about body weight and shape. These things and all, these food habits, you have to concentrate in the food habits. Eating disorders will create a lot of problem every child. This kind of eating habits should be taken care. Suicide and self-harm. Suicide is the fourth leading cause of death in older adolescents 15 to 19 years. Risk factors for suicide are multifaceted and include harmful use of alcohol, abuse in childhood, against help seeking barriers to accessing care and access to means of suicide. Teachers, 15 to 19 years old, the older adolescent people are committing suicide because of because of their own problems. Risk factors for suicide are multifaceted and include harmful use of alcohol, abuse in childhood, stigma against help-seeking barriers. Because of this, alcohol and the childhood abuse, the drugs, this kind of things. Finally, they when they are addicted in this kind of situation, finally their life will go to that. Finally, they will go to that particular extent of committing suicide. Please, teachers, it is our responsibility to make a child to understand, to go out of all this. Digital media, like any other media, can play a significant role in either direction for us. This kind of thing should be we have to make a child to understand this kind of situation. They should not. We have to teach them not to use alcohol, not to take drugs, so that their life will be very good and beautiful. Promotion and prevention. Mental health promotion and prevention interventions aim to strengthen an individual's capacity to regulate emotions, enhance alternatives to build resilience for managing difficult situations and adversity, and promote supportive social environments and social networks. We have to teach every child to have all this. These programs require a multi-level approach with varied delivery platforms. For example, digital media, health or social care settings, schools are the community, and various strategies to teach adolescents, particularly the most vulnerable. We have to promote all this activity, all these things. We have to teach them. We have to teach them and make them and prevent our children not to involve in all this. Early detection and treatment. It is crucial to address the needs of adolescents with mental health conditions, avoiding institutionalization and over medicalization, prioritizing non-pharmacological approaches, and respecting the rights of children in line with the United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Child and other human rights instruments are key for adolescents' mental health. Human Rights the United Nations, UNESCO, and everyone, even Indian government and the Tamil Nadu government, giving a right to education, because education will transform every child. We believe in that. Finally, teachers. Finally, conclusion. Child psychology tries to describe and explain all aspects of child development, including changes in children's cognitive, social, and physical development, and to understand and support children experiencing delays in their development. Development does not just involve growth, but also the cognitive and social aspects associated with the development route. By better understanding how and why people change and grow, we can then apply this knowledge to helping people live up to their full potential. Thank you.
Professor Moses, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
I really completely know, sir. Take a whole note of from your lecture.
Yes.
I got a sensational, sir, experience from your lecture. Really, it is a need of
Definitely.
our to wake up ourselves to look into the. Yes, professor. Really, this kind of presentation is, required in all the way, all the day.
Yes, sir.
Please, professor. I don't know what to say.
Sometimes I
Except
get emotional because of topic like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm really seeing the prevailing situation here at the classroom. They come from various backgrounds, sir, but they cannot even, realize their situation. We teachers need to make them alive, make them to understand their real portion, their real portion. It's a great, sir, great moment for all of us, Professor. I salute you.
Thank
I
you,
put
sir.
my namaskaram, great namaskaram on you, Professor. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Good evening, Moses sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
It was wonderfully good, no doubt. Your uh, dimensions that you had covered were great
Yes.
because it is actually all over the space.
Yes.
You cannot take one point
Yeah.
or one area.
Yes.
Everywhere that human beings breathe,
Yes.
there are children and adults,
Yes.
whom we call guardians, and both of them are the stakeholders here.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's something like you cannot forego either the classroom or the society or the neighborhood or the education system or the parental behavior. Everything was very important. And such points, such topics, when they are taken up,
Yeah.
they give us a platform to think
Yes.
what to do.
Yes.
And many times in the course of pondering,
Hmm.
we do not reach a solution. Now, it is bad to punish the children because it drives them towards crime.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we were taught that spare the rod and spoil the child.
Yes.
Right? Now, what to do?
Yeah.
So, whether the rod is to be used or not to be used, I'm just taking this as one example.
Corporal correct. Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
This is just one example because it is so elementary, each one of us could understand and relate to it. So, it is actually very difficult, a very delicate point, what to do and what not to.
Yeah.
But the thing
Yeah.
is that if we apply certain things in certain situations,
Yeah.
we be specific about
Yeah.
what we are doing, and we have a clarity
Yes.
about what is applied in which situation and the intensity of the application.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking the punishment point just as an
Yes.
example.
Yes.
That punish the child in proportion to the mistake.
Okay.
Like many times we see in the news or from the social media that a child was beaten to that extent for not doing homework.
Yes. That is right.
Not doing the homework is not that big a crime that you thrash the child like an animal.
Yes.
And then the child commits suicide or becomes a vagabond or whatever. Anyways, it doesn't culminate. So when you take up such subjects on a discussion forum, at least we get to know and think and reflect on these things.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
So your deliberation today has opened up this issue in probably each one of the participants' mind
Yes.
that we need to be very sensitive to what we are doing, how we are doing.
Sure.
We can't say that don't take action or don't act upon anything that is going wrong, but at the same time you have to be very careful about what you are doing and how much of it.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I was just like sort of lost in this as a child and as an adult.
Yeah.
Both, I put myself in both places,
Yes.
and I found that we could think about these things and open our minds to the current situation, to the contemporary. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
And also, Moses sir, I also wanted to add, like we actually are made of the hormones, the receptors.
Yeah.
Okay, where the motivational hormone is there. Okay, at the same time we have the emotional hormones also.
Yeah.
Okay, punishment hormone is also there. So what hormone we are stimulating, what hormone we are instigating as a teacher is very important in the present scenario in the modern generation to mold students. Okay, a pat on the shoulder will do wonders. So that is what actually your presentation wholly was. It was a very good presentation.
Thank you so much.
Very nice observation.
Sir, and a wonderful presentation. And again, we are so very happy and excited, and we are looking forward to have your continuous patronage and support to this Venta Forum. And thank you so much.
Really. Sure,
And
sir.
the deliberation shows, the deliberations that is the proof that for your presentations, really, I'm so very impressed, and the way you did that thing is amazing. Thank you, sir. And anybody else who would like to share any viewpoints, you are most welcome. Tirumala Devi, ma'am, good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Moses, sir, especially. I really want to congratulate from the bottom of my heart for the topic that you have selected, actually. Although I missed the major part of the presentation, but I was happy to listen to Malti ma'am for her comments. Actually, I can see ma'am empathizing, as a child and as a teacher, that kind of reflection is really, can make wonders for our students. And what else I can say is that someone just now was saying that a pat on the back can do miracles than, just, beating children. Of course, we have crossed that culture and now we are moving forward to react or respond to really very sensitive issues in the class. And I think a majority of teacher group is moving, to how to do the best, even addressing these kinds of problems, not only teaching the curriculum or content. I guess, there were situations that we had horrible examples of such emotional bad treatment, I can say. Yes. Yeah, I think this psychology is playing major role in every part of teaching, whether we are language teachers or subject teachers. Yeah, it's given much prominence now, and we should go forward in that direction. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for the presentation and everyone who shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That is Professor Tirumala Devi, madam, from University Saudi Arabia. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us, and thank you for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My pleasure.
Pointing out, and again she has pointed out really. It is something like no, we have to know the minds of the people, psychology of the people, and again especially the kids, because the way we feed them, that should be a lesson for them. It is not that by penalizing, otherwise reprimanding, otherwise giving punishment, and all will not work. These are all if those things will work means, then we would have had a better humanity on this planet. That is proven thing that these kind of punishment and again reprimands, all these things will not work. We need to really inculcate good habits in the kids. For that, we should set ourselves as an example. That is what the need of the hour. And thank you so much, sir. Very, very interesting presentation. We loved it. And
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
hearty congratulations once again.
Professor Moses, sir,
Yes.
would you please share your presentation, sir?
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, and all the others who have participated with the deliberation. Thank you. And now we have Dr. Moving ahead, we have Dr. Shalika Madam with us, and Madam is a seasoned language teacher, and again she has got a rich experience. She is an associate professor of English at Savita University, and again hearty welcome to you, ma'am. And without taking much of your time, just we are handing over the session to you. And Madam has presented so many papers, and again she has contributed both Scopus and non-Scopus journals. She has been a research person for various forums, and again she has been consistently and constantly developing herself through attending various conferences, seminars, and webinars. She has a keen eye for this professional development. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am. We feel very much humbled and honored by your presence. And over to you, ma'am, for your presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Saravanan sir. And I feel very happy to present over this forum. And this is the first presentation of mine. But I'm very happy to be with you all because it is one of the it is very close to me. When I saw all of you. It is like I have been friends for longer time. Okay, because our thoughts are traveling in the same direction. Okay, so it makes so that is the thing which is making me to think like that, I think. Okay, so now so my topic of today is feministic aspects in the poems of Sylvia Plath. I think all of you would have heard Sylvia Plath. Yes, and she is a very known poet, American poet, who ended up her life very shortly. And so her poems actually, but it is standing as a harbinger, okay, for the whole women's society. And here is my screen, feministic aspects in the select poems of Sylvia Plath. Now, when I say feministic aspects, feminism actually, different people have different notions of feminism. Yes. Now, feminism is actually like we have to treat the women equally. Okay, and by definition, it means like it is a movement which is aiming at establishing and defending the women's rights. Okay, giving them equal rights politically, economically, socially, and culturally. So this is the country which gives equal rights to the women will always raise. So that is actually, according to me, it is an experiential truth also. And feminism makes the women aware of the women to know her not as a shadow of man, but as an autonomous and authentic individual. And you all know a feminist is a person who supports feminism. And my objectives of the presentation here is, first I just wanted to enumerate the Industrial Revolution which happened during the Second World War. Why actually I wanted to just Industrial Revolution? It is having a very close relation, okay, and also very close connection, you can say, with Sylvia Plath's life. And the second important thing I wanted to discuss is about the societal status of women of America in the 1950s, and also the impact, naturally, okay, on Sylvia Plath. And the third most important thing I wanted to discuss here is about the evolution of feminism in America, and also to canonize Sylvia Plath in it. And the last important thing is her few of her poems I've selected, okay, in order to the elements of feminism, okay, in her poetry, which were actually standing as a voice, okay, for the future feminists and also for the women liberation. And here, to start with, first of all, we should know what is a society and what is culture. Because the society, when I say society, it refers to a group of people, the mass of people. Okay, and culture, actually, it is the approach, it is the behavior, it is the attitude of the mass. Okay, and when I say society and culture, these two are binding, okay, the behavior of people. okay, and society, culture, okay, together only forms a society. Society, mass of people. Culture is actually like how the people live, what language they talk, what are the norms, what are the morals, how they have to lead their relationships, okay, and how actually the gender roles are maintained, okay. So everything forms the society, okay. Means what I mean to say, society and culture are interdependent, okay, are dependent on each other, okay, because the individuals who are living in that particular society will mirror, will showcase the particular culture, okay. And now coming to this American way of life, women and family, a dark age for women. Why it is called as a dark age for women? We, in the first slide, we were discussing about the society and the culture. And now we have come to the 1950s society. How the society was? The society, it was actually the Second World War period. And since it was Second World War period, it is also called as the Depression period. Okay, and here only the feminist thoughts. One side, okay, one side it was a depression period because of the Second World War, dark age for women, because so long the women were in the houses. Okay, but here only a small revolution is happening, okay, where evolution of feminist movements were started. Okay, so here the society in America underwent turmoil changes before the 1950s caused by the Depression and World War II. Social changes were made in response to the difficult conditions in these changing years. It was, now my dears, in this 1950s, okay, because of the war, okay, because of the war, all the land was erupted, okay, because of the bombs, okay, the lands were erupted. Okay, when the lands were erupting, they got to find minerals. Okay, they got to find minerals. And because of the minerals, industrial revolution was happening. Can you understand? See, one side war was going, the other side industrial revolution was happening. The men all have gone to war. Okay, so who will be working in the industries? Okay, so the women at home, they were called to work. Can you understand, my dears? They were called to work. So now the women started to work. The women started to find herself. I too can earn money. I too can lead the family. So this is the stage, okay, where she's finding herself. Okay, so then she was actually called to the industries, to the factories, since all the men went to war. And as my last point says, these women discovered that they were able to carry out the men's work. There actually the spark starts. Okay, what is that? To carry out the men's work. I too can carry out the men's work and could earn higher wages, higher salaries associated with the jobs. And now the American way of life. But after the war, what happened is, after the war, all the men returned back to state. Okay, they were back to pavilion. They were coming to their houses. Now, when they were back to the country after the war, the women were all called to the houses. Okay, now men have come, now men will be going to the work. And that is the basic principle. That is actually the rules and regulations. Okay, the women had to be in the houses, bring up their children, bring up the family. Okay, she should not interfere in any of the critical thinking jobs, or she should not participate in the houses also, like giving some suggestions. Not in all the houses. In few of the houses, this was actually the scenario. Okay, but mostly the women were not allowed to do creative works. Okay, so the men all were returning from the war, so the women were called back. Okay, the government also was actually passing rules and regulations. Okay, that their primary duty is to be in the house and look after the children and domestic chores and all those things. So the society now, my second point is, the society had a strong belief that their masculinity must be domesticated. And at the same time, their battered egos should be strengthened and repaired. So how their egos will be repaired? The women should be at home, the men should go to work. Okay, men agreed to this and believed that this could be the best accomplished within the clear-cut roles of traditional family. My dears, please note this particular phrase, clear-cut roles of the traditional family. What is the clear-cut role of a traditional family? The women should be at home and men should go to work. A strong family unit was actually built up, and that was actually the solution also, okay, to live a happy family life. Okay, and though the 1950s was in many ways a period of conformity with traditional roles, popular culture and the mass media reinforced. Now, see, the women had known that she can work. She can also do the men's work and earn higher wages, higher salaries. Okay, now the spark has now built up in her. Okay, and now one side this is there, the other side clear-cut traditional gender roles, culture. Okay, so all these were going, okay, one together, all together it was going. But the reality of women lives did not reflect any of the ideals. The ideals in the sense, like what is her thought, what is her wish, what is her liking was not implemented, was not heard also. Now, in this, intelligent women, okay, the women who started their education, who actually had great accomplishments, they started to write. Okay, they started to write. Now, when they started to write, it was limiting their family life. Okay, it was limiting their family life, which was noted everywhere. Okay, which was noted everywhere. When it was noted everywhere, the government is passing still more strict rules and regulations. Okay, that women should not. Women's work is to be at home and bring up the children, domesticated life. It was the most of the scenario in 1950s. Okay, and the consequences of this, my last point is, golden cage lifestyle was felt over the country, all over the country. Women searched their places in a society led by men. Can you understand, my dears? Yes, women searched their places in a society led by men. They were finding ways to escape the stereotypes. What is the stereotypes? She had to look after the house, do domestic chores, no creative work. Okay, stereotypes by redefining roles and professional barriers were there. Okay, and so what will happen when actually she had known to fly. Now she was flying like a butterfly, but suddenly she was trapped. Now this trapping was increasing her frustration. Okay, and she was thinking, the women were thinking that she was losing her identity. Okay, and she was lost in between the dishes, diapers, and their husbands. Now, even I have read about Gandhiji's life. Okay, Kasturiba. Okay, he had read many of the traditional books. He married when he was 12, and Kasturiba was 13, I suppose. Okay, so when he was he had also learned the traditional books, and he had thought that women should be under men. Okay, and in many of the situations, okay, he was trying to overrule. okay, Kasturiba. But Kasturiba was a very, very strong soul power lady, where she was making him understand that it is completely wrong. And that is the reason it seems after he was learning, okay, after he knew who is actually women, he joined many of the women in the freedom fight it seems, non-violence movement. Many women were joining. Okay, so the women, okay, they started to think strongly. It is not, they are losing their identity. So this kind of identity crisis, okay, was happening in the 1950s, and I think all my friends knew Betty Friedan. Yes, she has actually written a book on American women of 1950s. Superb book. Okay, there she had noted a quotation. See, I've tried anything women are supposed to do. Hobbies, gardening, pickling, canning, being very social with my neighbors, joining committees. I can do it all. Yes, we can do it all. But what? And I like it, but it doesn't lead to anything to think about any feeling of whom you are. Okay? So, I told you, okay, like how the government was passing rules and regulations, okay, and the media, okay, that time also the television shows were showcasing how actually a woman should be, okay, how she should have a domesticated, she should lead the family, domesticated life, and she should bring up the children, okay, and bring up the future generation. Okay, so like that the scenario was. And Lucy, one character, okay, it was actually a very much attracted, fascinated character by the women at home. Okay, where she was acting, okay, where she was acting as an icon for domesticated wives, how they have to be, how they have to lead the family, how they have to make themselves before the husband comes, how they have to close their mouth. They should not, they do not have any freedom, okay, how they have to be under the husband, okay, they do not have the freedom to talk off the husband words. Okay, so this is how the Lucy character was showcasing. Okay, so see, actually here I could read the last point here. Moreover, Lucille Ball, okay, but this Lucille Ball, the character who was actually an icon for domesticated characters, how the wife should be, was herself was a great actress. Can you understand how herself was a great actress, where she had proved that she is away from the family roles. Okay, so this was later showcased by many of the women writers. Now, the whole of the society, okay, full interrogation was going on, okay, was among the housewives. And since the revolution, it was like a revolution itself. Okay, like all the housewives, okay, the women at home started to think, okay, like that there should be a change in the paradigms of life, of time, okay, and they were forcing, okay, and the society was also forcing them to understand for most of the women maintaining the house, okay, is their only job, but the women at home were not prepared to. Can you understand, my dears? Yes. And they were actually starting, they were getting the education, holding good jobs, and also they were becoming the models of different, the trending culture. Okay, and this is the situation, like they were sending their, actually they used to send their children to the school, and they'll be waiting for the children to return. Okay, so slowly all the scenario was changing. In spite of all the government rules and regulations, women in the household, women in the houses, doing household duties. Okay, my last point says, see, a great many of them were finding in the work. They were returning, they were actually it was supporting them. Okay, so that was their major point. So you're earning, I'm also going to earn, which is going to support. We are not two, we are one. See, feminism, that is what I put forward before you all when I was starting. Feminism differs people to people. According to me, feminism is like my ambitions, my aspirations, my desire, and my decisions, and my word should be accepted if it is right. If it is right, and I have the full freedom to think, to share. Okay, it won't be like I will be off my husband. Okay, where we discuss, take decisions. So the women now started to find work. Okay, and now how actually the women's century started. Okay, a small background I have actually knowledge I've shared with you all. Okay, the 19th century is called as the women's century, as sensational changes occurred in the status and privileges of women between 1970s and 1900s. See, when it started, 1970s. 18th century it had started, and it had 1960 only the feminist movements were started. So nearly it took 3 centuries, 300 years, okay, for the feminist movement to start. The first wave, the second wave, okay, and more prominent changes took place in the 20th century. Can you understand my dear? 1700 it started, 1900 it got over, and 20th century more prominent changes. Education should be given to her. Her word should be accepted if it is right. And equal rights, socially, politically, economically, culturally. That is all we want. Okay, and the movement women rights follow its inception to the first half of the 19th century, the Seneca Falls. I think all of you would have been aware of Seneca Falls Convention held in the Seneca Falls, New York City. Okay, in July 1848, here only the seed is sown. Okay, is usually viewed as the start of women rights movement. First women rights movement was started in the United States. In spite of living in a patriarchal culture, women journalists battled for acknowledgement in the scholarly group. See, that is what I was actually quoting by Gandhiji's incident also. She was having the soul power. We have a great soul power to change the world. But it should be the right path. That is all. No men are against us. Only it should be in the right path. So, in past periods, women's written work was consigning principally to composing for children and homes. These works were portrayed by nostalgia. The women poets who were writing, the women writers, they were sharing their nostalgic moments. Mostly they were connecting. The nostalgic moments of them was connected with the universal elements. See, childhood, how childhood should be, motherhood, how motherhood should be. They were actually sharing their confessional poets. Okay, they were sharing their experiences, but finally they'll be like universally connecting it. But they were termed as feminine journals. Okay, they were termed as feminine journals. So, specifically in the 60s, a few laws enhancing the financial status of women were also passed. So, this is the age, okay, 1960s. So, only we have come to like getting equal laws. Okay, Civil Rights Act. It disallowed the discrimination of women, which restricted the preferences against women in employment. Women reacted with excitement to these government laws, and she felt very happy. And this is the stage where we are getting the women writers were able to discover their identity, their knowledge. Okay, they started to write. And Maya Angelou, nobody can forget. Maya Angelou, Kate Chopin, Elizabeth Bishop, Emily Dickinson, okay, and Annie Sexton, Amy Lowell. So all these beautiful poets, women writers were erupting, okay, in 20th century, and women writers of the 1950s works were filling in as a mirror to the contemporary issues and also recognition crisis. So in this, okay, so we have discussed about the industrial revolution, the society, the societal norms, how actually America, not only America, my dear, the whole of the nations, okay, all around, okay, in those periods only it was actually seeking rights for women. Okay, and after Gandhiji, even like Radharam Mohan Roy's abolishing sati. Okay, so slowly it was starting from 1700s. Okay, and Gandhiji was actually opening many avenues. Okay, for the women's education. Education is the only tool which will bring any of the underestimated group outside. That is the only tool. So that was adopted by the leaders all over. And here, how I'm going to canalize Sylvia here. So Sylvia Plath, she was a child to Otto Plath and Orla Strauber. She was born in 1932 when feminist movements were not there. Okay, and she loved her father much. Okay, and Otto, and because he was recognizing her skills, both together published a book called Bumblebees also. Okay, so she loved her father. Okay, because here Freudian theory is also there. Okay, here electrocomplex theory. Okay, the love between the father and the daughter, and the love between the mother and the son is Oedipus. Okay, so here her father was the first hero. Okay, her father was the first hero. The first hero is giving her all the liberation. Okay, he was not corrupted by the present scenario of dominating women. Okay, but he was very opposite. He was just the opposite. Okay, and he was giving more liberty. Okay, to her girl child, and he was working with her, and she was actually much attracted by her father's knowledge. Okay, she was helping him in writing the poems. Okay, he was an ornithologist also. Okay, so like this, her life was going. Okay, and my slide says that also we'll read. When this kind of dissatisfaction was spreading, Sylvia Plath's literary life started. Okay, when this kind of dissatisfaction was spreading, Sylvia Plath's literary life started. Okay, so Plath was born in 1932 to Otto Plath and Orla Strauber. She was originally a German, immigrated to United States. The death of her father, whom she hero worshipped, disappointed her. Okay, so this is where she is actually searching for fatherly image. Can you understand, my dears? See, her father was everything for her, hero worshipping. See, this is what is psychological theory, okay, like Freudian electrocomplex. Okay, so she was actually hero worshipping her father. Suddenly her father is passing away. Okay, so she was mentally disturbed. Okay, so but she was progressing. She was actually disturbed, but she was progressing in her literary career. Okay, Orla was a strict mother. She was a Puritan. Okay, she was a strict mother where she was always limiting Sylvia Plath's behavior. Okay, and also much of her literary career was also limited. Okay, where the liberty was shut. Okay, so here she was feeling, okay, that she was trapped. Okay, and she started to reinvent. See here the point, this point. Sylvia Plath did not vengefully shake off. Now this is the time when she was actually like after marriage. Okay, Sylvia Plath did not vengefully shake off the trappings of domestic life. But what she was doing, she was reinventing herself as a new and different woman. Not did she sink into herself and become an over-hurried mother. She found the balance between the responsibilities of a single motherhood. Now, why actually she became a single mother? It is all because of the infidelity behavior of Ted Hughes. He married Sylvia Plath's friend itself, Asia Weberly. Okay? So, as a single mother, she was bringing up the children in the male-dominant society, in the patriarchal society. With all her creativity, she was bringing up. Okay, the demands and the desire of her art was waiting in one side, where one side she was bringing up her children. Okay, but when she was bringing up the children, the turmoils and the toils, okay, what all she was undergoing, okay, she was writing on the paper, okay, and she was writing in the papers, and she was just throwing it off, okay, like throwing it off. Here she leave, there she leave, okay, and those poems only are the aerial poems which were standing as an icon for the future women liberationists or the liberation movements. Okay, and she was trying to find the balance. Okay, so that is what the last point says. And here we have come to the Ariel. And Ariel is not actually a one poem, my dears. It is a collection of many poems, maybe like 30 or 40 poems. Okay, and this poem was published by Tedx himself posthumously. Okay, and actually it was a collection of poems which was like an harbinger, you can say. Okay, and she was actually focusing. Okay, she was focusing on objectification. Okay, and she was also like the male-dominant society, the patriarchal society, how it was treating women. Okay, and also like the wages paid, how the women writers were treated in the society. Okay, how the women were not given equal space. Okay, like and also like she was showcasing. Okay, like the treatment of the psyche. Okay, the psyche of the women in that particular period. Okay, how it was actually like disturbed. Okay, so all these, okay, it was discussed in the Ariel poems. And here my slide says posthumous volume Ariel is considered important as the poems. Okay, and it was written in the last 5 months, my dears. It was written in the last 5 months of her life, where she expressed her deep feelings about death, search for identity. Please note it, my dears. She was searching for identity. Okay, she was having 2 children. With the 2 children, okay, she had to babysit babysit, and also she was more urging, okay, more craving to become a poet. Okay, so that she can earn and she can stand in the society and she can prove herself. Okay, and but okay, contradictory things were happening in her life, where she was actually got into insomnia. Okay, sleepless night, depression. Okay, because no support was there. Okay, her only relaxation was writing poems. Okay, her thoughts were written as words. Okay, the particular contemporary society's women. Okay, not this actually not it is not stopping with Sylvia's life. Okay, or Sylvia's poetic career. Okay, it is actually showcasing many of the women who were living in that particular 1950-1960 society. Okay, and Plath's action, the second point. Okay, Plath's action to break out from the dominant Anglo-American appropriation and misrepresentation were engaging because they relate to Plath not only on a personal but on a universal level. The impact of Plath's poems on women in general, her personal and revolutionary messages often apply to a wide female audience in a patriarchal Western society. Now we are coming to the poems. Okay, now see the poem Applicant. It is actually a unique exploration of the constrained lives of women in the mid. Yes? Is there any very calling me? Okay, so the applicant form. See these lines. How about this suit? Black and stiff, but not a bad fit. Will you marry it? It is waterproof, shutterproof, proof against fire and bombs through the roof. Believe me, what it will do? They'll bury you in it. They'll bury you in it. Can you please beautiful line? See the last line. Okay, how about this suit? See, black and stiff. Okay, all these waterproof, shatterproof. Okay, the black suit refers the bureaucrats. Okay, the husbands who were working. Okay, in the offices, who were leading high jobs. Okay, so see how actually a Sigma Clock's poem will be filled of personification, metaphors. Okay, and her poems will be more of imagery. Okay, imagery. And this particular poem also, if you see, black and stiff, but not a bad fit, when you marry it. But it is waterproof, shatterproof, means they'll be like guiding you. They'll be like taking care in all the throughout the life. But believe me, they'll bury you in it. Means you cannot be yourself. Okay, you have to always close the mouth, take care of the family, and lead the family. And here in the same poem, okay, beautifully she had quoted, see, but in 25 years she'll be silver for the husband. 25 years she'll be silver for the husband. But in 50 years she'll become gold, it seems, because 50 years only now he needs her care. Okay, so 50 years she'll become gold, it seems. Okay, a living doll, everywhere you look, see, a living doll. Can you please note this personification, my dears? A living doll. See the contradictory phrases, words. A living doll. Everywhere you look, it can chew, it can cook, it can talk. See the it objectification. So this is how she stands strong, very different, and her words are more. It actually leaves a deep imprint in the minds of the women who are really suffering. Okay, it gives more energy to come outside of the cocoon. Okay, and here, women in 20 years is silver, 50 years she's gold, and she becomes a doll too. She can chew, cook, and even talk continuously as per the husband's wish. This was actually the scenario. The emphasis is made on it as the women here.
Sorry for interruption. Sorry. Mr. Kiran. Hello, my dear Mr. Kiran. Please, mute your audio, sir. Please. Okay, madam. You can continue now. Please.
Yes. So the emphasis was made on objectification. Okay. Yes. And in the following lines, can you see the beautiful lines? Will you marry it? It is guaranteed. It will be dissolving like salt, and we can make a stock from the salt also. So whatever worries you are going to give, it will be dissolved. Okay, she won't actually stand out. She won't talk for herself. Okay, so you can marry her, but the women who wanted to achieve, the women who wanted to stand out, who wanted to continue her career, okay, it doesn't mean that Cynthia Clark wanted to only continue her poetic career, she wanted to fly high. It doesn't mean. She was equally balancing her family, domestic life also. What she was urging is, please give me some space. I've become a single mother. Please give me some space. Listen also to my
No issues.
Okay. So the bee poems. Okay, the bee poems actually they are like a bunch of 4 to 5 poems together. Okay, they also these B poems play a very vital role in Sylvia Plath's literary career. They were her emotions, okay, the immediate emotions. All these poems were written only like the last days of Sylvia. Okay, and Stings, in the poem Stings, and also in another poem, Arrival of the Bee Box, I think, she would have written about the queen bee. What is the queen bee's work, my dear? It will be actually releasing some like a scent, like, okay, in order to keep the wax box tight. Okay, and also it is the only delivery machine in the wax. Okay, so she compares the queen bee to the women, to some of the women in that particular scenario. Can you understand, my dears? Yes. So this was the situation. So that is what we were actually seeing before. Okay, contemporary issues where the experiences of the poet were discussed in the poem, then finally they universal. Okay, so here in the poem Stings, okay, she was actually also beautiful line. See here, the beautiful relationship between Ted Hooks and herself is explained in these two lines. Okay, have a thousand clean cells between us. 8 combs of yellow cups. This 8 refers to their family, their life, married life. But a sudden transformation is happening when she finds her husband, when she knows of her husband's infidelity, how the mind changes, the sight changes. The bees found him out, molding on to his lips like lies, always lies. In the poem Courier, she actually explains, okay, she pours her emotions of the fakeness of Ted Hooks, okay, the fakeness, the fake promises he made. So she says the whole of the poem, she says, the word of a snail on the plate of a leaf, it's not mine, do not accept it. Acetic acid in a seal tin, do not accept it. It is not genuine. A ring of gold with the sun in it, lies, and a grief. What does it see? The phrases used by her are, snail on the plate of a leaf suggests the droning tiredness and sluggishness of her domestic life. Because without him, okay, she was feeling more tired, okay, more sluggish. And this acetic acid symbolizes the confined soreness of her domesticity. The immaculate cauldron is actually used to emphasize the feeling of Sylvia Plath. Okay, like the content of the cauldron. How actually when it is kept on the heat, it will be turning to redness, and the scars will be produced. Okay, like that, her life was. Okay, without tattoos. Frost on the leaf again says about the grief of death. And my dears, the above phrases shows that she rejects all these facets of married life. And she says, and that is why she says, don't accept it. Because her life changed, was transformed like that. It is not only her life, my dears, most of the women, okay, in that particular scenario were suffering of identity crisis and refuses to be identified with the world of crippling entrapment. Means what? They were trapping. They were not allowing the women to come outside. And the above poems of Sylvia, that is the Ariel, it is exemplifying the struggles of the women of 1950s, and Plath, through her experiences, had made her poems to stand as a mirror to reflect the frustration, death instinct kindled by the society, male domination, infidelity of men, etc. She speaks for all women, a startling feminist view, clashing the patriarchal order. The poems will surely serve as any centuries after also, will serve as a harbinger for the future feminist movements. It will be like a leaf turning, knowing the situation, knowing the status of women in 1950s. So in the last line, okay, she had said, status is darkness and I am an arrow. Okay, my poem lines, my words will be like an arrow. Okay, and as I think Maya Angelou, okay, the tigers will be always sprinting. Okay, the tigers, the women will be always sprinting towards liberation. And these are the references I have taken. Thank you, my dears.
Excellent presentation, madam. Excellent presentation. You opened many areas of our, what is that called, inner thought, inner feelings. Definitely, we will apply all your techniques in our day-to-day life. Thank you, ma'am. In coming day, we expect more presentation like this from you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, Shalika ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Fine. I have a question to ask.
Yes, ma'am, please.
You said it is your first presentation.
Yes.
Is it
A first presentation with you all.
First presentation in Delta Forum, ma'am.
on Delta Forum, because there was so much of experience, so much of command and control. Everything very well synced. That I was just wondering that we have excellent speakers. Probably it is our luck that we get to listen to such sessions.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
So,
much.
ma'am, it was, I really am at a loss to use an adjective for you. Wonderful. The content, the language, the presentation, the slides, the flow, the spontaneity. I really do not know what to say on and what not to.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
From the core of my heart, I congratulate you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And
Thank you.
invite you for more sessions because we need you on this forum.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Hearty congratulations, ma'am, Shalika, ma'am. So very kind.
I have seen you somewhere. 2 years I've been in Dubai, but before that I've seen you somewhere. Maybe like in any of the presentations or in Velamal I've seen you. I do not know.
College, ma'am. I was there for 10 years in Velamal Engineering College.
That is what. See, in one of my presentations I've seen you. As soon as I saw your face, I thought, oh my God, I've seen this person somewhere. And I was recollecting. Yesterday,
We had this conference, we hosted that thing there from Velamal, 2011.
Okay. That time I have come to your college, 2011. Yeah.
Your name is very familiar and I could recognize you easily. Yeah.
Thank you so much
for joining us. And really, it's very interesting to listen. And you took us to the PG days. That's what I should say. Post-colonial literature, and especially Sylvia Plath, all this, and sweet reminiscences of the past, I should say. Especially when we listen to this lecture on Sylvia Plath's poems and all, again, her writings, it's really fabulous and interesting to think about the past days, golden days of our life. That's what I should say. Very good. And
Thank you.
The UG and PG time. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sarana. So, any questions you can ask me so that...
The floor is open for discussion, dear elite and learned colleagues and participants. You are...
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Tirumala ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Again, welcome. And it was really great session, wonderful session, Shalika ma'am.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate, though it's not my It's literature is not my cup of tea, I should say, but still it kept my interest. I should admit that I was, yeah, you kept me, on the track throughout the session, and I would like to, it's not a question, but you know, is that a problem still, or should we? Of course, I think it is a problem, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah. It
the
is
women
actually
is
like,
still.
yeah, women, we are living in a safe society, we can say. Okay, myself, yourself, Malki ma'am, okay, who do not know this particular, who is not experiencing this problem, means to say that we are living in a safe society. But if you see the world outside, okay, if you see the world outside, full of tears. Okay, tears in the
Yeah.
road. And we
Yeah.
seeing the recent news, okay, like how women are harassed. And women cannot go say outside, see, I'm harassed by this particular man. You cannot say because the society.
Yeah.
So, as I said, she's very strong in her soul power, but what to do? God had made us very physically weak. Physically weak in the sense we are made to create beings. We are made to create beings. That some men should understand. Okay?
Ma'am, I can see the zeal. I can see that the inner thrust for the equality. But with all my due respects to all my male colleagues and my male friends here, with all my great respects, really from the bottom of my heart. But still, it is really unfortunate that in this modern age, although we in your presentation you mentioned that that was the century of the women, but I really don't agree that the time has come for the women for to feel equal, or maybe we should be actually mm, not just equal. We shouldn't be satisfied just by being equal. We should thrive each other, competing each other to make the world better. It's not that I am equal or yeah.
Madam,
Yes, please.
pardon me here, pardon me. One second, one second. Dr. Saravanan
Yes,
sir,
sir.
Dr. Saravanan sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we didn't receive certificates. Many of the certificates who are already crying, they didn't receive the certificate. Please, sir, look into it.
Sir,
Okay, ma'am, you can continue.
tell them that there is no certificate for this knowledge. Saravanan sir cannot really provide,
Vidyarthi
the
students,
knowledge that we are getting. Yeah, I do understand. I do understand. I think he would do that,
I am
Yeah.
also, I am
Uh,
also Vidyarthi. I need certificate.
o- okay, yeah. So can we continue discussing if you don't mind?
Ma'am, go ahead, ma'am. No
No,
need
you can
to.
continue, ma'am. Please, 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 please. We are
Thank you.
interestingly listening you. Please, we are
Yeah.
having so much.
So now it's our concern now. After all, women in this latest century, in the information century, we are still it's really pathetic. I think that we are discussing that women are suffering, women are facing this.
Pardon me, sir. How many
It
days
finds.
are you going on to do the same thing? You have got, wonderful opportunity. You are all, renowned professors.
Sir,
The world has completely changed.
sir, just
Okay, ma'am. Continue, please.
actually, what you say should happen. But what you said is only like 40% of the women are occupied, like as you said. Okay, 60% of the women are slaughtered. Okay,
What has happened 50-50 in parliament? But you guys are not focusing on that. But you talk about various issues. Why can't you get your portion of 50-50 in parliament?
Sir, now look here. When you say 50-50 parliament, it is only the words. If you go and ask for the seat, who is giving? Who is giving, sir?
You must make everyone to understand this.
They're asking for money.
You must do something for that. See,
We are into social work, we are into selfless work, everything is happening. But what is the thing is ultimately money is speaking. Okay.
See, I understood. Here, my wife is watching serial. she is getting disturbed by it. Okay.
I think you should give her freedom to watch her television and take your freedom to participate here.
Always,
Yeah.
always, always. I put a salute on her.
Tirumala ma'am, can
Yes.
you see sir speaking? She would have provided him the dinner. Okay, everything is provided, and sir is coolly listening, putting the vibhuti on his forehead, very coolly.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree, ma'am. I agree. Your anticipation is right.
Dinner ready, and he's made to sit coolly on the chair. For that, you
Yeah.
have to feel happy, sir.
You do not understand the background here. I purchase the vegetable and I do all making chapati, everything I do, and all
Maybe
kind of household. I
you're
join
eating
with
it very nice.
I join with all type of work, madam. I do ironing, I do cloth folding. I can't say.
Great, sir. Great, sir. You are.
All sorts of things.
Lucky is your wife. Anyways, we are just kidding. But to talk about the scenario, I know there must be male victims, but on the whole, maybe the percentage is very low. So we want that. We don't want both sides. That the male or females, suffer.
Our daughters and our sisters need to get more.
Yes.
Because they didn't get their portion of the equality as called as 50-50 equally.
Yeah.
When they will get arrived at the 50-50, then only at that time they will definitely get their complete equality, complete freedom.
It has to start from home, I believe. It has to start from home.
Everyone have to understand this, give equal priority to the woman. And also start everything, each and everything with the woman, and give their freedom, give their place, give their priority, respect them, salute them, send their, whenever they demand money or whenever they demand privacy, we should salute them, we should provide amenity. Everything we need to provide them, madam. Then only the equality will be going to justify. Thank you.
And also, sir, fathers, all fathers, they are actually standing as an example for their children, their boys. Okay, and how actually the granddaughters of yours should be treated. Okay, so that is how, we are standing as examples for our children. Okay, very rightly said.
Shanika Madam and then Tirumala Madam.
Yes.
Good evening. I'm Chandrasekhar from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
At the outset, I congratulate Tirumala Garu because one need not be a man of literature to know, because we are all human beings and we have emotions.